Evidence is pretty important. Evidence is something, data, information, proof, that proves or disproves something. So if you want to make a claim, you better have the evidence to back it up. Say, for example, a government wants to usher in change about something, be it global warming, production, consumption, war, who knows. If you want to usher in change, you got to get the people to believe. How do you get the people to believe? You show them graphs, you show them hard data, evidence. You got to make them believe you. Who knows? You might even need a heartbreaking photo just to get the people's hearts going, you know? You gotta get the emotion flowing so that they actually feel change. The most to lose will do the most to protect what they have. How do they do this? They do this through distortion, exaggeration, and cherry picking. Let's take a look. Distortion is taking evidence and using it against just about anything. For example, satellite imagery has proven that the polar ice caps are rapidly losing ice mass, exactly 36 cubic miles of ice per year. Let me give you an idea of how much ice that is. Chicago on the left is only 234 square miles, which roughly equates to 15.3 miles per side. So I'll give that a little bit of leeway and call that 16. Chicago's highest point, the Sears Tower, it's only a quarter mile off the ground. So for the ice, that's roughly 5 miles per side. Now take a look at that. Take a look at that. That's Chicago. That's the amount of polar ice caps lose per year. See that? See that? It's a lot of ice. It's a lot of ice. Makes sense, doesn't it? Global warming means higher global temperatures. That means the ice caps melt, right? Actually, the fact that the ice caps are melting contradicts global warming, because with global warming, that means there's more evaporation. And then the more evaporation comes in the sky, rains snow on the ice caps, which increases the ice mass. So in reality, the melting ice caps disprove global warming. But they managed to twist this information and make it prove global warming. Exaggeration. Exaggeration is pretty self-explanatory. You take a situation and you blow it out of proportion. Maybe not a situation, maybe a tale or something. We've all been there. We've all exaggerated at some point. You know, maybe you say you'll do something, make some changes, make a difference, but you don't. It's called exaggeration, friends. After Hurricane Katrina, all these scientists and politicians were all like, "Oh no, Katrina's the first in a long line of horrible hurricanes that are going to damage the U.S." And we haven't had a hurricane since. Next, cherry picking. You might ask, what is cherry picking? Cherry picking is showing evidence that only proves or disproves what you're trying to disprove or prove. You ignore all the other evidence and show them only what you're trying to talk about. Now, this can be extremely misleading. The evidence that you show does prove your point, but it indirectly disproves your point, but you're not telling them that, so they don't know. As a physicist or scientist, it's important that you don't mess up or do any of the three things, which is distortion, exaggeration, or cherry picking. Because if you do that, your credibility is gonna go down the drain or up in the air. Evidence is important in our lives because we need evidence for a lot of stuff. In a criminal case, for example, you need evidence to convict the criminal or to prove yourself innocent. It's also important to know because when the politicians and scientists are throwing all these numbers at us, it's important to know what it means so that we don't get confused. We get brainwashed into believing what they want us to believe. You gotta resist. What society can learn from this is that we don't just need parts of a picture. We need the whole picture. We can't just have a part of a truth or some truth and then some lies. We can't have any lies actually because that's bad. In order for humanity to best benefit from all this newfangled science and stuff, what we should do, take the whole truth, not just one part of the truth that would imply a lie, but the truth and nothing but the truth, like the Constitution says. We should take that, based on our science and knowledge, should piece together the best solution.